Good morning from day 2 of our Disney cruise. We all just woke up. It's about 7:40 in the morning. And so now we are heading to the concierge. We're going to go grab some coffee, and I believe they have a continental breakfast up there as well. So that's how we're going to start our day. I will say this, and I know literally we're the only people on the planet left who have not done a Disney cruise yet, but if I had if we come back, I'm definitely going to bring like more sweaters. It's pretty chilly in here. Here we are in our concierge lounge. Oh yeah, 7 to 10 is when this is open. Taking a quick little look at what they've got. Looks like we've got some muesli, strawberry, so like some yogurt parfaits here. We got some fresh fruit. Looks like salmon. Oh, we got some fresh pastries. Ooh, these look good. Okay, so we got situated here, and we've got a little breakfast. I got the yogurt parfait. I think this is a Danish. It looks like it's like an apple, maybe an apple Danish or something. It's definitely not a cheese Danish. I got a croissant with some strawberry jam, and then they have one of those big fancy like coffee machines. So I just got an Americano. What'd you get?
I got mostly the same, but I also got a meat and cheese thing, so I'm making kind of a breakfast sandwich right now.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and we've only seen the ocean side.
Right.
Look behind you.
I know, I saw.
Oh my gosh, it's impressive.
Yeah, so as you saw, well actually no, I guess it would have been the last video. I'll put the footage in here. We woke up and we just saw the sea for days on our side, but coming over here we can see Catalina Island. Really cool. All right, and over here they've got this cute little area with like little tables and chairs for the kids, and then there's like, they were playing Mickey cartoons earlier, but this is like Disney Channel. So yeah, he's got quite the little spread going on over here. So right now, as we're enjoying our breakfast, we're also trying to plan out our day, and we're making the best use out of the Navigator app, I think is what they call it, the Disney Cruise Line app. So today, as we mentioned, we are at Catalina Island, and the excursions didn't really look like something, like none of them really looked like something that would interest Caleb. Plus they were pretty pricey, so we don't really want to shell out that kind of money if I don't think he's gonna enjoy it all that much. So yeah. So we were talking, we probably won't go to Catalina just because I think there's really only shopping to do there.
Yeah, I mean,
for us.
We probably, well listen, the activities were very teen-centric, if not adult-centric, so not really for a 6-year-old. So right. We know that Caleb was totally looking forward to, and I gotta whisper a little bit because it's so close by, really looking forward to a pool day and hanging out and doing the slide and doing that kind of stuff. So this is probably gonna be the day that we'll do that. Be very careful, it's slippery.
Oh yeah, the deck's wet. We decided to pop outside, and I have to admit, it's very nice out here.
It is nice out here.
It is freezing
Frigid.
inside.
So this is where we should hang out, Mike.
Yes. So yes, as Steve mentioned, I think today is going to be our pool day, which is going to just like drive little man crazy, like in a good way. He's begging for that.
This is where we were.
All right, so this is where we were dining, or yeah, that's the lounge. Just a quick little look at Catalina Island. Gosh, that looks so pretty. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I think just the excursions, they just wouldn't have interested Caleb at all. And then of course, you know, some of them looked a little bit too older for him. There was a zip lining offering, but I know he would hate that. He would not like that. So really all that would be left is just like we were talking to the concierge, it would be like hitting up the town and doing some shopping, and I know that he'd much rather do the pools. Oh, are you at the very front of the ship? Is this the front of the ship or the back of the ship?
This is the front.
Oh, okay.
That's the actual front.
Okay. All right, here it is, the water slide that Caleb is dying to do. So we'll be coming back here later this afternoon.
Pretty cool. So look, you have to go up the stairs over there, and you're gonna go all the way up the stairs, and you can go down.
And it goes different way. It goes like down and goes curl and straight.
So we are back in our room, and Steve let me know that there's a bunch of dolphins out here, and they're like pretty close to the ship. Okay, so we have just been chillaxing here in this room. We were watching the dolphins, as you saw, but as of right now, I believe the big pool, or the Aqua Lab, I think is what it's called, where the water slide is, that's gonna open here pretty shortly, so I think we're gonna head out there.
Yeah, 15 minutes, so let's get up there and try to get some chaise lounge.
Yeah. And real quick, while we wait for Caleb to get ready, I wanted to point this out. Look at this. We got this really cool picture of the Haunted Mansion. This is over here in our sitting room right above the couch. And then we've also got a picture of the Matterhorn from Disneyland. And this is like obviously old school because they still got the hole in it where the Skyway could go through it. I love the artwork here. All right, and just so you guys know, I am switching to my phone at this point because I don't want to have the big camera out around the pool and stuff. So going forward, it'll be all iPhone, but I think it should look okay. So it is 10:50, so the pool opens in about 10 minutes. All right, woohoo, check this out. We got some loungers here. So I think we're gonna stake this place out. Oh, and Caleb got some stuff.
Yep.
And then he's dying to do this. So just about 8 more minutes. All right, so we are having a great time. Little man has been wanting to go on this water slide like this whole time so far. Finally comes to, and he was like kind of a little queasy about it, but then he finally went up there, had a great time. So now he's just going up and down all by himself. Steve and I are relaxing here. I got some French fries. This is fantastic. Okay, little man has been swimming all day. You can see your mask where it's indented on your face. And we stopped and he got a little bite. You got a hot dog and some French fries.
Yep.
And we're not eating quite yet because we're gonna try and do a little bit something later. I think Caleb wants to go to the kids club, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll do something else.
By the way, I have to admit, it still blows my mind. Again, remember, this is our very first cruise. I'm so like intrigued by this idea that you could just go up to the counter and get whatever food you want, as much as you want, whenever you want it. It just blows my. I'm like, I keep wanting to take my wallet out or something. It's like, oh, okay, I can just take it. All right, so it is a little bit later. It's almost 3 o'clock right now, and we are just kind of slow rolling this day, just enjoying, relaxing, having a great time. As you can see, we got all dressed up. We have Palo for dinner tonight, which Steve and I are very excited about. And we decided we would just get ready now. Caleb is like dying to go to the kids club right now. So we're like, okay, fine. We're gonna drop you off the kids club. And so I think Steve and I are gonna tour the ship. But yeah, we figured we might as well just get ready now for the dinner so we're not rushed later. So let's go check it out. So yes, little man was very excited about one of the scheduled activities that was going to be going on down at the Oceaneers Club. So Steve and I decided to take him down there for a little bit and use that time to explore the ship on our own.
Check.
All right, it's a little noisy here, but we're going to check out this Cove Cafe. Now this area is reserved for guests 18 years and older. So this is a perfect time for us to check this out while Caleb is down at the Oceaneer Club. So we checked out the Cove Cafe, which to my surprise, I was really floored by this. It was like a Starbucks meets bourbon bar. So that was really cool. And then I was still wrapping my head around that all of this stuff is just included, or most of it. If you wanted an alcoholic beverage, that came at an additional cost, but I was admiring all the baked goods. It reminded me of the pastry case at Starbucks, and the guy was just like, can I get you anything? It's all complimentary. And I'm like, man, I'm still getting used to this. That's so wild to me. But because we knew Caleb would have to go to the Oceaneers Club later in the evening while Steve and I went to Palo, we decided to pull him out and take him to the French Quarter Lounge, and we decided to treat him to some of Tiana's beignets. All right, so we are here in the French Quarter Lounge, and from Tiana's Bakery, we went ahead and ordered 2 beignets. We don't want to spoil our dinner because dinner's going to be here in just a few hours. Couple hours, actually. All right, look who has joined us here in the French Quarter Lounge. Steve went and picked up Caleb. We saw that there was some Tiana's beignets on the menu, and we knew he would love that. But we also wanted to pick him up too because we wanted to give him some dinner before we go to Palo, because little man's gonna go back to the kids club. Are you excited?
I want to pour more chocolate in here.
Go for it. You can pour more chocolate in there.
Whoa.
We're having a little dessert before dinner.
There you go. That's good. That's good. That's good, bud. Good job. So I forget what the theater's called, but we were, while Caleb was swimming, they had actually Princess of the Frog on the theater. So we're all about Princess of the Frog.
This is very
today.
fitting for today.
Yeah.
Oh man, he is soaking up as much chocolate as he can get.
And I made a hole.
Oh yeah?
Round
Oh,
thing
yeah.
like a swimming hole.
Yeah, pretty
Like a
cool.
swimming hole? Whoa.
You got it wrong.
That's a small bite.
By the way, in case you were curious, yes, we are still here at Catalina Island. It looks like they're going to be pushing off. I don't know the terminology. We're going to be leaving here probably in about 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, so the last tender boat
Yeah.
I've been saying tender, it's not. The last tender boat was supposed to take off at 4:30 from the island to here.
Oh, 4:30. I was thinking 4:45.
4:30 from the island to here. So I imagine just to have some extra time, I'm guessing 5 p.m. might be like the last call.
Okay, and then we'll start moving again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they'll do the horn. I think.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We're making this all up as we go. But day 2 has been great.
It has been
Yes.
very good.
So we got we got through some of the bumps of day 1. We know a little bit more about how to do this.
For sure.
We're not experts still, but we're having a better day today. For sure.
It was yummy? You liked it? Awesome. I'm so glad you're having a good time, bud. Oh, so here's a sign. We were just talking about this. Yes, last tender guests at 4:45. So, and it's 4:46 right now. But we are heading up to our room right now to go grab Caleb's Switch, and he's going to grab a little bit of dinner because they don't serve food for the kids club.
Right.
So we're going to give him some dinner, and then he's going to go back into the kids club, and then we're going to go to dinner.
But let's be honest, we're not abandoning our child.
Right, he wants to go.
Loves this, so he loves kids club. So he's excited about that. We're excited about that. So we're gonna make it happen.
So we are in our concierge lounge having some small bites. Caleb's having some dinner. Oh, there's a baby crying right now. That's okay. That's cool. But right here, right out the window is like the adults area. Now this is not just concierge. This is for anybody. I like how I'm explaining this as if you guys have never been on a Disney cruise before, but this is the 18 and up area. But what we found out just recently is that right up here is a little deck that's exclusive to concierge.
It is. So in other ships, larger ships, the actual concierge might actually have its own exclusive pool and hot tub up on its deck level.
Okay.
This one is just simply seating, and you have your patio seating. You could be able to view this area. So
Yeah.
it's pretty nice. It is out in the sun, so if you're cold like Mike was this morning, it'd probably be great to have our breakfast out there.
Right. All right, so we are making our way to the Oceaneers Club. Kid, little man is going back to the kids club, so Dad and I can go to Palo for dinner.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this.
But Dave maybe makeup.
Wait, what?
What?
Actually, the club.
So he saw the pictures in the elevators, and
Yeah.
everybody wears nice makeup. So he thinks we gotta put some makeup
He's like,
on.
did you have to put makeup on your face?
Oh, I'm so
Uh-oh.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, heading into the lobby, I spot Captain Minnie over there. So we have made it to deck 10. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've heard so many great things about this. Dinner tonight at Palo. So we did make it a little bit early. The restaurant is not quite open yet. They got a couple more minutes. But yeah, as I said before, we have pushed off. We are leaving Catalina Island. And so now we are on our way to our destination, which is Baja.
Ensenada, Mexico
Yes.
is the end destination. Yes.
Right. Wow, this is nice. Heading to our table.
Want to be by yourself here, or you want to go by inside?
Oh,
That'd be great.
Thank you. I'll just let him know that it's what.
Thank you.
Oh wow, look at this.
Where do you want the camera?
I'll be right here. All right, we sat down and we got to pick out wherever we wanted to sit, which was
Yes.
pretty nice. So we wanted to sit obviously right here by the window, and we got a little bit of privacy, which is nice.
Yes. Great location. Be able to see the sea coming in and a lot of sun, which
Yeah.
is great. But it'd be good for the camera. So
For
that's
sure.
it.
We're gonna get some good lighting tonight.
Definitely. All right, so we have sat down at Palo,
Yes.
and we've reviewed our menu, and there is a prefix menu and an a la carte menu.
Yeah.
So we were a little bit confused by that when we were looking online before we sat down. So now we clearly know, right?
Right. Now we're pros.
Yes,
Palo.
exactly. So describe to everybody what we're doing.
So there, like Steve mentioned, there is a prefix menu, which is what we thought we were gonna do. It's $50, and you get to pick some. I think there's 4 things you get to choose from. However, we noticed that if you order off the a la carte, it seems like the options are a little bit more high end.
Yes.
And so
a little bit more culinary.
Yeah, they're a little more cultivated, and so I think we decided to do that. Even
Yes.
though we thought we were going to be doing a prefix menu, we wound up doing a la carte, and so you'll get to see what we picked. But I think we picked the best choices.
For us, at least.
Right. There is also a wine pairing that is offered. I think so. The prefix menu was $50 per person. The wine pairing was $80.
Yeah.
We didn't do the wine pairing because since we're not doing
We're doing a la carte,
Yeah,
so
we're
the
doing a la
wine pairing
carte.
doesn't make sense, right?
So our server is picking us the best wine that goes with our main entrees.
Yes.
I think that's perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. The amuse-bouche is here, and he described it as a gnocchi, and this is going to awaken our taste buds for Italian cooking. And as you can see, it's sprinkled with some Parmesan cheese. Oh my goodness. I'm very excited.
Very hearty, right?
Very good,
Yeah, for the amuse-bouche, this is pretty strong, right?
I thought so too. Usually amuse-bouche is very cucumbery, light flavors, a
Palate
little bit of
cleansing,
zest.
right?
This is like
bold.
Yeah, it's very good.
And it is like this is like to prepare you for the flavors you're about to enjoy. So they do a good job with this. It's like wild mushroom flavors. I'm definitely getting.
Yeah.
Cheese, some like breadcrumbs in there as well. This is mighty delicious.
Here is to give you a little, not to fill you with breads, but to give you a little idea of what we make here though, yeah. The breads that you see are freshly baked, called focaccia, okay, just out from the oven with basil and garlic. The other one on the bottom is a nice flat crush of Parmesan cheese called lavash, and you do approve it. Yeah. It's a fantastic Chardonnay, nice to your palate and will go very well with the pappardelle and your dobasso, I will say.
Yes.
Smooth, I call it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's very good. Thank you.
Huh?
That's beautiful. It's
Very
rich.
nice.
All you. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you. Okay, as you saw, our bread has arrived, and holy moly, this
Focaccia.
the focaccia. This focaccia is incredible. I mean, just as I was taking the bite, I could smell the olive oil and the seasoning on it, which of course, you know, the scent adds to the flavor. So it was so delicious.
Definitely. Absolutely. And it's not like a typical thick focaccia. It's like a nice, like thin approach, so it's not like filling, which is really kind of nice as a starter. Definitely like it.
And then he did go ahead and pour our wines a little early because we had them select the wines that were proper for our main entree. They asked if they could bring it up to us now. We said, sure, why not? And so Steve got this like butterball of a Chardonnay. I've got this very delicious red here. Very excited. And also our server, Sylvester, did an excellent job of really describing like everything about this wine, which really enhances, like, you can almost taste the description.
He's definitely, you can tell he's a sommelier because you got the terroir, you got the explanation as to like what the experience was, how long they left it on the vine, what the actual like climate was during that time. So you definitely appreciate that. Sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, all right, totally agree, 100%. Please come on.
This is your rich. I'm going to use this word rich because of the sauce. I'm going to tell you a little about it.
Our starter has arrived, and Steve and I decided to share this. This is the pappardelle, and it's got some, and I'm going to insert the audio here, Mike. This was the pappardelle. It's served with grilled lobster, pappardelle pasta, leeks, salmon caviar, truffle oil, and a tarragon cream sauce.
So we are digging into the pappardelle, and I have to tell you, I'm enjoying this a lot. From the nose point, you got to make sure that you love lobster bisque because it definitely hits you right up front, right, Mike? I think you definitely have that smell. He mentioned that they have like a long process of definitely brewing the lobster meat, lobster head for quite a bit to get that smell. I love it. It definitely has a bisque flavor towards it, and the pappardelle definitely soaks up that flavor. Again, if you're not seafood forward, you don't like that seafood broth kind of approach, then you're definitely not going to like this. So just be warned on that. Mike, I'm not sure that you're a huge fan of this in general from a seafood fan, but for me, I think this is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, as our server mentioned, this is basically like a lobster bisque sauce, which when he told me, I was like, oh man, that sounds great. Steve, like Steve said, it's a little too fishy for me. It's not my favorite, but I can appreciate the homemade or like the freshly made pappardelle. I definitely get the freshly made pasta out of this for sure. Now, granted, he did tell us this, and I prefer this. He said to take a little bit of the bread and use that to soak up the pasta sauce. For me, that's perfect. That actually tastes really, really good. For some reason, it's the marriage between the pasta and the sauce that is not really doing it for me.
Which might be the case, right? So that's fine. But have you tried the bread yet?
Well, that's what I just said. The bread soaking
No, I heard
soaking
you.
the bread in the sauce is fantastic.
Well, to each their own. So the funny part is,
The funny part.
Mike, with conviction, said, "We are going to start with this."
Yes, I did. This was my this was my decision for sure.
Yes.
Because I love pappardelle, and I was like, oh wow, lobster with pappardelle. That sounds very much outside of my wheelhouse, but it sounds delicious at the same time.
Yeah. So Mike said, "We're doing this." I'm like, "I can get behind that. Sure. Normally you wouldn't, but like, let's
Right.
do this." And here we are,
Here we are.
and we're doing this.
Steve is loving it, you guys. He's eating my portion. I'm just kind of like, I'm good.
So I'll have to admit, I'm actually a little shocked as to how empty this restaurant
Same.
is. So I always thought that Palo was going to be very difficult to get into on a cruise ship. So I'm looking around the restaurant and it's pretty open. So maybe it just happens to be this particular cruise that we're
This
on.
ship, yeah.
I'm not sure, but in general, like, it's very open, very available. Don't know about that. So the food has been amazing. So we definitely recommend that so far. We haven't had our entree, but that's definitely kind of odd from what we've seen in other videos and the experiences we've seen so far as it relates to the upcharge restaurants that we've seen at Disney Cruises.
Beautiful. And as you can see, dinner has arrived in style. Now, I went with the 8-ounce grilled prime Angus beef tenderloin steak, and our server, Sylvester, highly recommended this cut. He talked all about the marbling on the steak and how it creates almost like the perfect crusting. I ordered this medium rare, and it was cooked to perfection, seasoned beautifully, had a great flavor, a nice chew. I was very, very happy with my entree. And Steve went with the piquant Dover sole. This was served with a nut brown butter, capers, anchovies, sun-dried tomatoes, flat parsley, spinach, carrots, and roast thyme potatoes. And because this is Palo and they always want to do that extra step, take it to the next level, they deboned the filet right there tableside for us to watch. They dressed Steve's plate perfectly. I mean, what an experience. Steve absolutely loves Dover sole, and he was a big fan of this dish as well. I am doing this voiceover because we were so satisfied. The food was so delicious. We completely forgot to talk about our food. We were just sitting there in this gorgeous restaurant on the high seas, having a fantastic dinner that, if you guys have done this before, you know how wonderful and special this experience was. We had such a wonderful time. And when it was time for dessert, I did not even hesitate. When I saw they had a chocolate souffle, I said, yes, that is what I am getting. Chocolate souffle is one of my all-time favorite desserts, and it came to the table piping hot, and our server popped it open and added that creme anglaise and the chocolate sauce, and it just pooled and melted inside. This thing was so delicious, so decadent, a perfect way to cap off this dining experience. And because this is Palo, they had one more trick up their sleeve, and that came in what you are seeing here. This was a little pour of apple brandy with a little Prosecco, and this was just a really nice way to kind of cleanse the palate from all those rich, delicious foods. The perfect, like almost a kiss goodnight, the perfect send-off. This was a fantastic experience. And so ends our dinner here at Palo.
Yes.
Very nice.
We do have a to-go thing, which is
Yes.
a very different to-go thing. They prepared this for Caleb, which,
Yes.
in case he's hungry back in the room, we have some of the great leftovers here.
Yeah. All right, with dinner done, we are gonna do some shopping. I think I wanna try to see if I can find like a little jacket or a sweater for Caleb, because it's been pretty cold.
And flip-flops, because we forgot.
Yes, flip-flops. Okay, so we're not finding too much of what I was hoping to find. This is pretty good. I mean, it is a kind of like a basic, Disney hoodie. It says Disney Cruise Line 2024. This one in particular, however, is very large. I don't think that's gonna fit little man. Oh, and it looks like they've only got a few here. The rest is something else. Okay, well, that's not gonna work. This is cute. He doesn't need a t-shirt, but this is cute. I also have to say, like, there's a show going on. So on the level we're at right now is where the Frozen live show starts, and they are popping popcorn. It smells so good in here. I know we just had dinner, but oh my goodness, it smells like movie theater popcorn in here. Steve got something.
I did. So in the concierge lounge, they actually had this advertised, so you can actually see this in the concierge lounge. You have to buy it down here in the main sale is what the name of this place is called. So you can see it's a bright white concierge emblem, but it's Nike, and it has a Nike emblem on the back. So it's dry fit. You all know I love my Nike hat, so excited about this.
One thing that we thought was very interesting, we have to say interesting because we're new to this, we're new to the Disney Cruise, is that the two main stores, which was Whitecaps and Mickey's Main Sale, they're only open from 6:30 to like closing or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, we've been on this ship all day looking for things to do. It would have been nice to have done some shopping, but it seems weird that they only open, especially when it's so chaotic right now because the show is about to start. Okay, future Mike jumping in here now that I'm more learned on the Disney Cruise. Apparently it's a regulation, like a port regulation, that the stores can't be open when you're at port. I didn't know that. That's so interesting to me. But I guess it affects not just the stores, but certain other things here and there throughout the cruise. I guess some of like the wine tastings or the alcohol tastings are impacted as well. So the more you know. And as you can see on the other side of the camera, we've got lots going on here. People lining up. Oh, there's lots of character meet and greets. So you've got Pluto up there. You've got Donald over here. Okay, and we are back to our room with Caleb's pullout ready to go. You ready for bed, bud?
Yeah, I can touch ceiling. Look.
As you can see, he's ready for bed.
No, I'm not.
And then over here, we've got our little blanket sculpture going on. It kind of looks like a bundled up penguin, like he's bundled up in a coat. But I think that is going to end it for us today. This is day 2 of our Disney cruise. This has been such a better day. Our first day, as you saw, if you saw the video, the last video, it was very chaotic. We were very stressed out. This day definitely took that edge off. This has been much better. We had a nice dinner. We've had like nice meals everywhere. Fun day at the pool. I'm very excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day when we actually arrive in Baja, Mexico, and we're gonna have our little excursion. We're gonna have a day on the beach. I am very looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and from our magic family to yours, enjoy.